English country house feeling, chock full of lovely blue and white. You'd love to create something like this in your own home on a budget. Welcome to the Stone Cottage home. I'm Rachel, and I live here in this cozy cottage with my husband Matt, where we love to share how we cultivate the art of home. Today, we will talk all things blue and white, what it is, where to find it, and how to use it in your own home. Somewhere along the way, I will announce a fabulous blue and white giveaway that you can win.
The color combinations of blue and white are classic and timeless and have been around for centuries. There are many different ways to apply blue and white in collections or in decor in your home. In inspiration pictures like these, you can see the combination of old with new, statement pieces with everyday pieces, collections that are condensed together or dispersed throughout the house, along with hard and soft blue and white pieces. Today I'd like to share with you one of my favorite designers, Kathy Kincaid, who is excellent at incorporating touches or big swaths of blue and white in all of her projects. Also, there is the home decorator, Miriam Parsons of Miss Mustard Seed. The work of these two ladies has had a direct impact on the items I've purchased and how I've used them in my home. For this reason, I highly recommend finding resources, whether in books, magazines, or online, to learn from as you explore adding blue and white collections to your home. In this new-to-me antique mall, there were several large statement pieces like this planter, those umbrella stands, and the garden stool. Statement pieces like these can form the backbone and set the tone for your collection. They are worth investing in, although $850 is more than I probably will ever spend. When you're looking for statement pieces like this beautiful tile tray, keep an open mind on how you might use it. I think this would make an incredible backsplash behind a small sink in a tiny bathroom or mudroom. Very old world, English country, and an excellent price. When you come across a booth where the owner obviously has a love for blue and white like this one, it's a good place to frequent every time you shop, as you will find lots of good everyday items you can use. Collecting these pieces one by one over time is extremely affordable. When combined over time, they contribute to the cohesiveness of your home as a whole. Another example of a statement piece is this accent tile wall my husband installed when we remodeled our kitchen last year. The subtle pattern is not overwhelming, but does provide a really good layer for echoing the other blue decor that I've added to our kitchen. This tiny butter pat was recently thrifted for 50 cents. As a ring holder, the clock was found on vacation for $12, and the salt cellar was a Christmas gift. Even before remodeling the kitchen, I was decorating with blue and white. Adding touches of blue and white can also come in the form of soft materials such as textiles. I found these beautiful blue and white hand towels, and I will link them for you below. I also have a video here on YouTube that is a tutorial for a no-sew pleated lampshade. For my project, I chose a blue and white hand block print from India, and to my surprise, I was able to get 2 lampshades out of one project. Lamps are a great way to add blue and white decor to your home, as they can be both a statement piece and a good layer. You can purchase them one by one, which is affordable, and by buying them slowly over time, you can choose lamps that are the exact size and profile that works for your home. After making several pleated lampshades, I must admit I love the look, and it's very satisfying. This lamp is next up, and I've ordered a block print fabric from India. Remember that large blue and white planter at the antique store? It is a statement piece and one I was willing to invest in. So I hunted high and low for 14 months, as this planter usually runs $300, $350. When I spotted this one for $92, I snapped it up. Another advantage to buying well and buying slowly is that it gave me time to think of other ways to use this planter, such as for a Christmas tree stand. In our home, you will see blue and white used in expected ways, such as sheets and throw pillows, but also in unexpected ways. In the back of the medicine cabinet in the master bathroom, I've installed some blue and white toile wallpaper. To get the proper scale for this small space, I actually used wallpaper intended for a dollhouse. To watch this project and bathroom renovation, I will link the video for you, as well as the Etsy shop that carries this wallpaper. On a practical note, I would love to share with you my collection of antique blue transferware, where I found it, why I chose it, and how I'm using these pieces in our home. While you may not be collecting antique blue and white transferware, you can apply these same principles to whatever blue and white collection you happen to be looking for, or any collection for that matter. From the beginning, an overarching goal that I had for this collection is that it would be practical as well as being pretty. The plan was, and still is, for each piece to serve a practical use, whether I do use it for display or in everyday life. I would say that the pitcher, the large pitcher, and the teapots and smaller pitchers are the statement pieces, while the plates and platters are wonderful backdrop pieces and add great layers. In assembling this collection, I have looked long and hard on eBay, Etsy, and other places online to get the best possible price. Some of the crazing and cracking doesn't bother me, and I am able to find ways to use these pieces in spite of the age that they bear, and I find it simply charming. Color, time period, and style unifies this collection, while differences in sizes and silhouettes is what gives it interest. Now let's look at a few of these pieces individually and see how I've used them in our everyday life. One of the first pieces I bought for this collection was this sugar jar off of Etsy for $36, a really good deal. Currently, it is holding a place of prominence in my bookcase on top of my English country design books. These next two purchases proved to be very practical. The trio on the left was a soup tureen with a base platter. I didn't realize how small it was when I ordered it, but it makes a perfect sugar bowl. Along with the soup tureen turned into a sugar bowl, on this platter, we also have a true sugar bowl without the lid, a perfect container for wooden cooking utensils. This idea is not original to me. I got it from Miss Mustard Seed. The platter base has come to be one of my favorite parts in my collection. Washed up and set on the countertop, it is the perfect little butter dish for everyday cooking. You may find when putting together your collection that sometimes it isn't the big pieces, it isn't the fancy statement pieces, but it's the simple pieces, the ones that you use every day that bring a smile to your cooking and whatever mundane task you might be doing. Here are two of those pieces used in a display along with a large pitcher. One of my next purchases was this large teapot off of eBay. Pieces like this usually run $200 or more. This particular teapot has a significant crack at the bottom, and the knob has been crudely repaired and replaced. But these things didn't matter to me, and this has become one of the most versatile pieces that I own. Even though there is a crack in the bottom, which means I can't put any fluids in it, I discovered that one of our regular drinking glasses is a perfect fit, and I can still use this piece as a vase to hold a bouquet of flowers. I also encourage you to use your collections in different ways when the seasons change. Be creative and think outside the box. As the statement piece for this collection, this large pitcher was an excellent price on eBay. Typically, these are close to $200. This piece looks stunning no matter where or how I use it. You only need a few statement pieces like this to provide the structure or bones for a good collection. You may also find as you're building your collection that you will spend more on a particular piece, less on others, which helps to even and smooth out the expense across the collection. The footed bowl I have used by our front door as a catch-all for keys and loose change. I've used it as a fruit bowl and as a centerpiece at Christmas time. This smaller pitcher I've used as a vase but also on its own to help fill out the collection. This little jar is not an antique, but it's perfect as a planter for English ivy in the kitchen windowsill. These next few images of plates and platters are good examples of pieces that I've used to layer in as a good background or backdrop. I only needed a certain number of plates and platters, as I knew I would be using them as nearly everyday decor around the top of the plate rack in my kitchen. These two plate and platter displays in our kitchen are a good example of the impact a collection can have when you group the pieces together. In these pictures of our English country kitchen, you can see where the touches of blue, whether statement or background pieces, all go together cohesively. While it has taken some time to gather the pieces just right for decorating our kitchen, living room, and other places throughout the house, it has been worth it, very rewarding. When I gathered together all of the things I had collected for styling and decorating our English country kitchen, it was exciting to see how well all the pieces went together. Oh, side note, see that blue and white flower frog? We'll talk about that in a second. Since then, I've also come to notice that if I decide to pick up a piece out of the kitchen and move it into another room, that piece will look right at home no matter which room I move it to. This kind of versatility will make your collections even more valuable. Now, friend, if you've been wondering about the giveaway, this is it. That beautiful vintage blue and white flower frog can become part of your home decor simply by clicking the first link below in the description box and subscribing to my blog, The Stone Cottage Home. The winner will be announced April 26th, 2024. If you are already a subscriber to my blog, don't worry. Fill out the form and your name will be entered in the giveaway as well. Thank you, friends, for sharing the love of blue and white with me today. If you are a new guest to the Stone Cottage Home, please consider subscribing. Until next time, take care.